What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Budget Wargamer. We've got another video today where I wanted to talk about a pending rumor that I just read on Fayette 2012, and it's related to the new upcoming 8th edition rules about Kill Team. So if you remember, not that long ago, it was probably a couple years ago, Games Workshop had released a 7th edition Kill Team box set, which was an outstanding value for those people looking to get into the Warhammer 40,000 hobby, as it included a $50 or $60 unit of Tau, as well as a $50 to $60 unit of Tactical Marines, as well as the core rules for Warhammer 40,000 and the Kill Team rules. So this was a very short-lived, semi-limited edition, or at least short print run version of a value box set that I believe only cost about $50. I don't remember the exact price, but it was a very economical value of which to get extra models for Warhammer 40,000. And at the time, because I wasn't really interested in picking up any more models for either Space Marines or Tau, as I have an abundance of those already, I didn't pick up that box set. But there's rumors now that there's going to be a new box set for Kill Team coming out. And take it with a grain of salt for sure, because these are unfounded rumors. There's no link to a credible source. And Fayette 2012 has been known to pass along misinformation unintentionally by way of their sources. So let's dive in and take a look, and you can see that I've got great ads here for Pokemon at Party City, as well as the Fisker Karma and NASA Federal Credit Union. So what a mix of banner ads that I've got there. But let's take a look. There's very little information, but I wanted to use this as a talking point of which to discuss Kill Team in general and why I think it's a great idea for gamers, whether you're veteran or getting into the hobby, and for different reasons in both cases. So no pictures of the box set. I've done a Google search. I've tried to find out, you know, what can I find from sometimes a preliminary Google search. You sometimes uncover things from other sources. That would be fantastic. But I didn't come across anything quite like that. Oh, this box of Imperial Space Marines would have been a good one, huh? But so that has not produced any results. I came across a lot of other things that really are you know, not going to help us out. 36 Cadians back in the day. Those things really make you envious because they probably cost all of $20 back then. But I see some converted armies of kill teams and things like that. But let's go back to the rumor and we'll read it out. So Fayette 2012 is saying that a new box set is rumored to be coming with 2 factions, and there are technically 2 new factions. The first is going to be a Nurgle-based faction, and no word on whether that's going to be an Imperial base, like Nurgle Space Marines or Nurgle Poxwalkers or something else. Maybe there's a new evolution of Nurgle, but I wouldn't quite take it that far. But then the other one is rumored to be a Rogue Trader kill team, and Rogue Trader is really the precursor for Warhammer 40,000. It goes back to like the privateer days of traders in space, buying and selling goods and fighting like pirates. So it would be very interesting if they come out kind of like an inquisitorial warband, but without ties to the Imperial Inquisition. I think these models could potentially have a strong play in different Imperial Guard armies, aka Adeptus Astra Militarum. But they could also be potentially tied in as characters in other forces, the Adeptus Mechanicus, Adeptus Astartes. I doubt it would come into the Adeptus Custodes just because of them being such an elite force tied directly to the Emperor. But these could potentially all become single character models later introduced outside of the box game as individuals, much like how we saw with Silver Tower and the other Warhammer Quest box games, where those inclusions became later individual character and unit releases. So it doesn't tell us exactly what will come in the box, but knowing Kill Team, they're probably going to be less than 10 people per army, maybe exactly 10 people per army. Sometimes a hodgepodge and variety of different things that don't make up full units. So it'd be interesting to see, and also whether or not how true this is to it. Because we've seen already some previews that Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team for the 8th edition era is a for sure thing. That's a confirmed Games Workshop upcoming release. They did a video with lots of different screenshots in it, but it didn't give any clues back then that we caught at that time as having any particular ties to this Rogue Trader or this other thing. But these are presumably rules coming out of a book that will be either a standalone book or come out in a box set. And even the pictures that were given here, we're seeing what looks like it could be like Dark Angels or something like that against Tau. And that would be the set that came in, or the models that came in the old Kill Team box set, but I really don't think that those are going to be the same releases again. Games Workshop's not known for re-releasing the same exact type of models, and it wouldn't make this box set very special if that were the case. And they've really seemed to have gone the way of some very customized miniatures to push the sale of these types of specialist games. Whether it's Necromunda itself, and it's rumored that this is going to be a Necromunda type box, so it may even have scenery in it for Kill Team. But take a look at the old box, it really had no scenery, so maybe it's going to be a larger, much more expensive box that doesn't push the envelope of a $50, $60 starter box, but pushes the envelope more of a $120 to $160 box game, and that would be quite possible. I didn't see any rumors here backing it up on Warhammer Community, so, and I didn't watch the Warhammer Live, but I imagine there would be a standalone separate post about it if that were the case. But here's why I think that Kill Team is a good thing for the hobby. Because one, it allows new players to get introduced to the game mechanics with a very low commitment cost to getting started, meaning that they really only have to pick up 5 to 10 models, which is typically anywhere in the neighborhood of $35 to $60 in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. And assuming that the rules are easily accessible or downloadable or available through a friend, that allows somebody to get into the hobby, get the joy and pleasure of putting together and possibly painting their first force, and then moving those troops around the battlefield and getting addicted to the different types of tactics that are there within the Warhammer 40,000 game. So that's great for new players. But being an experienced player myself with about 20 years of Warhammer 40,000 experience, what entices me into it is that it's a real low commitment hobby to get, a real low commitment part of the hobby to get into, where I can spend that same $35 to $60 to pick up models that I otherwise may not have considered to be able to play with. And if the box game does come out with some exclusive models, it's more tempting that I may pick those up, even though I had personally picked up the Gene Stealer cults to start putting together for my own Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. And then I've been modifying those so far. I say modifying those. I've been looking at how I can modify them. I've only modified one. And so far I've used an Anvil Industry head to give the Gene Stealer cults a helmet, because I don't really like the Gene Stealery bodies, but I do like the suits of armor and how those are semi-unique in there. And those do have an old world 40K lore feel, where they seem like there's something from first, second edition plastic miniatures more so. So comment below what faction you would be most excited about playing in Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. Presumably it's one that you don't already have the models for, because I think that's the Games Workshop's point, is that they're teasing you in with the teaser and the sample of another army, hoping that you'll get hooked on it to get in either as a new player or as an existing player into a new faction. And we all know that competitive army lists probably cost anywhere from about $300 to $600 depending on the forces that you choose to play with and whether they have value boxes that are competitively organized. A lot of those $85 start collecting boxes are good foundations for starting players, at least from a value standpoint, but they're not necessarily always the most competitive. But that also shows that Games Workshop is taking a lot of focus on growing the hobby and creating a lot more opportunity, a lot more side games, a lot more things out there than just making 40K a competitive game. Coming out with things like Shadespire to help boost the roster of the Age of Sigmar players potentially, and then also things like Kill Team to bring in people who are used to skirmish style games that aren't quite used to fielding full companies of troops on the tabletop with vehicles and so on and so forth. So it's like 40K light. But I'll leave you guys with that. Sort of based on it is based on a rumor, but I do believe that yes, we're going to see Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team be re-released. Yes, I do expect there to be a box set, especially considering there was a box set for the last edition, and we can only hope that, unlike the last time when it was a repackage of existing models, that this one's going to come out with some unique forces, and I will fully welcome with open arms Rogue Trader as long as it's not in Finecast, and that would be doubtful as well. Stay tuned to Budget Wargamer for some more great hobby videos, and subscribe if you've watched this far and haven't already subscribed to my channel. Smash that like button to show your support. That will help YouTube show this video to other like-minded gamers just like yourself who like narrative content and stories about Warhammer 40,000 and other war games out there as well.